All right, today we're going to dive into Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. This is a book that's made huge waves, and it offers, well, a set of principles for navigating the craziness of modern life. And that subtitle, An Antidote to Chaos, that really gets to the heart of what we're about to unpack. So, right out of the gate, the book hits you with this: life is suffering. Whoa. It doesn't sugarcoat anything, right? It doesn't pull any punches. It basically says, look, the universal experience of suffering, that's the fundamental problem we're all dealing with. And these 12 rules, they're designed to help you face that problem head on. Okay, so before we can even get to the rules themselves, Peterson says we've got to understand the world he's laying out. And he frames reality a little differently. He says it's not really a place of things and objects, but more like a giant drama, a stage where two massive fundamental forces are always in conflict. And those forces are order and chaos. So let's break these two down. Think of order as everything you know. It's structure, it's security, it's the schedule on your calendar, it's familiar, explored territory. Chaos, well, chaos is the exact opposite. It's the unknown. It's that feeling you get when you're completely lost. It's the unexpected curveball life throws at you. But here's the twist. It's also the source of everything new. It's where all the potential and all the possibility live. And you've all seen this symbol before, right? The Taoist yin-yang. Peterson uses it to show that order and chaos aren't really separate enemies. They're eternally connected. You see that little black dot in the white part? That's chaos, right in the heart of order. In the white dot in the black? That's a flicker of order inside chaos. What this means is that your totally secure world can fall apart at any moment. But it also means that even in the middle of a total disaster, something new and structured can emerge. The book's big idea here is that a meaningful life is found by walking right on that line, straight down the middle. So the big question is, how in the world do you walk that line? How do you balance between these two huge forces? Well, the book's answer is actually pretty straightforward. It all comes down to personal responsibility. The argument is that the only way to find meaning, to navigate this dance between order and chaos, is to voluntarily pick up what he calls the burden of being. And those 12 rules we're talking about, they're basically the how-to guide for doing just that. All right, so where does this journey begin? It starts inward. The first big chunk of rules is all about taking a hard look at yourself and taking accountability for your own life. The whole idea is, before you go out there trying to fix all the chaos in the world, you've got to start by confronting the chaos inside you first. So let's take a look at some of these. You've got rule 1, stand up straight with your shoulders back. And this is about way more than just good posture. The book talks about it as a physical feedback loop. Acting confident can literally change your brain chemistry. Then there's rule 2, treat yourself like someone you're responsible for helping. I mean, think about it. We're often better at giving our pets their medicine than taking care of ourselves. This rule is a call to change that. And the others here follow that same inward-looking theme. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to other people. Pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. Basically, aim for something noble, not just what's easy. And tell the truth, which is about committing to reality, plain and simple. Now, this quote right here from Rule 6, it just perfectly sums up this whole first section. Set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. It's a huge call for humility, for some serious self-reflection. I mean, the argument is pretty powerful. If your own life is a mess, if you can't even bring some order to your own experience, who are you to tell everyone else how to fix society? And hey, this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea. Peterson actually lays out a super practical process. It starts with something you can do right now. Think about the things you are doing that you know, in your heart of hearts, are wrong, and just stop. Start there. Then you start to align what you say and what you do with your own integrity. The book suggests that if you do this, you'll literally start to see your world become clearer. Okay, so once you've started to get your own house in order, the book shifts gears. It turns its attention from your internal world to the external one. Now we get into the rules for how to deal with other people, with society as a whole. And you can really see the range here. Rule 3, make friends with people who want the best for you. That one's huge. It's about surrounding yourself with people who lift you up and challenge you, not people who enable your worst habits. Then you have parenting advice, like Rule 5, which basically says, help your kids learn to behave so that other people actually enjoy having them around. What a gift that is. Rule 9 is about listening, really listening, with the genuine belief that the person you're talking to might know something you don't. And then there's Rule 11. Do not bother children when they are skateboarding. I love this one. It's a really interesting argument for letting kids take some managed risks so they can build up the competence and toughness to face the real chaos later in life. This quote really gets to the core of Rule 10, which is be precise in your speech. The argument here is that being careful with your words isn't just about communicating clearly with other people. It's actually a tool for thinking. It's how you grab onto the fog of chaos, define it, and turn it into something you can actually handle. It's how you figure out what you really think and believe. And that brings us to the final rule. Now, this one can seem a little random at first glance, but it's actually a really beautiful and powerful metaphor for how to find moments of good, even when life is throwing its worst at you. Rule 12, pet a cat when you encounter one on the street. Look, this isn't literally just about petting cats. It's a reminder. A reminder that even when things are really, really hard, when you're suffering, there are still these small, perfect moments of grace and beauty all around you. The rule is an instruction to keep your eyes open for them, to pay attention to the little things, especially when the big things feel completely overwhelming. So, if we're going to boil this entire book down to one core idea, this is it. The central argument is that a meaningful life, it doesn't come from chasing happiness. It comes from willingly picking up responsibility and learning to walk that razor's edge right between the security of order and the potential of chaos. And that really leaves us with one final big question for you. The book offers a kind of map, right? A framework for looking at the world. But in the end, it's all about how you apply it to your own life. So if true meaning really is found on that border between order and chaos, what does that border look like in your life?